Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Shuggerlain Beyond Time. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the newest version earlier, you can go to their Patreon, where I think it's $2 a month. Let's just go with that. You can look it up. So, on the last Let's Play, we freed Uliathel from being a succubus, and then traveled to Dear Kolus. It definitely sounds like I'm just pulling out fantasy names out of my butt. But it do be like that, sometimes, with names. But yeah, we came here, and it's a bit of a political thing, because there's two factions, the Dirans and the Colites, and yeah, it's a probably choosing sides thing. So we're gonna forego the usual banging today to visit both of them at the same time, and hopefully it'll take a little bit of time and I don't have to do any choices right now. Reset my face and start. Let's do the Durians first because they're highest on the list. I decided to visit the Deer faction, and after some time marching, we finally find what seems to be the Diran village. I have to admit, I'm a bit surprised to find a non-primitive village made up of rather sophisticated buildings in the middle of a forest. I mean, they're not mud huts, I guess. We managed to enter the village without much of an issue. It was surprisingly easy, in fact. Waifu. So, finally, here you are. Wait, what? You were waiting for us? Heh, sure. The forest told me about your arrival. I heard of it before, but this all but confirms the rumors about the Durans. Durans? Yeah. Well, about their abilities, at least. Some of them, their priestesses especially, can use providence. I think it's more like a connection with the forest than visions of the future. But, well... So, you have some sort of rivalry with the Duran priestess? I was like, wait, but she's Duran. I was like, oh, you mean you. What? No. The Yelenite's way is more powerful, more precise, and... I see now. So, here are at last, inhabitants of the outside of the forest. My name is Hazel. I am the great priestess of Deer. I have been waiting for you. Yeah, we're gonna have to take you, priestess, because the amount that you're moving all your bits, that definitely means you're gonna be a waifu. Greetings, Hazel. I'm Nulkan, commander of the Astran army. So, is it true? You can see the future? No, I cannot see the future. The priestesses of the Gaian order are connected to the forest, as if it were a mere part of our bodies. See, you cannot set foot in this forest without us knowing about it. I see. Sadly, I see that my worries were not unfounded. Some time ago, I began to see unusual disturbances in the forest, and they grew at an alarming rate. Then, more Colites came to Dear Klou, and now you. What is happening outside the forest? You still don't know, then? The Emperor of the Araxan Empire has died. He was assassinated by his own executors, and, worse still, it seems they're searching for the great dragon, Orvanthan. The threat of Orvanthan's return is more real than it has ever been. We are here looking for allies that can help us stop the executors before it is too late. I see. This instability would explain why there are more Colites coming to the forest these past weeks. They likely thought they would be safe here from what is to come. Anyway, Nulkan, I merely want to give you our welcome in our lands, but unfortunately, I'm only the highest ranking priestess. I hold very little, if any, political power. The person you're probably looking for is our leader, Zofertu. But be warned, he won't be receptive to your requests, at least not at first. He is concerned about the increase of Kolite immigration to the forest, and I'm afraid he cares for little else at the moment. Our relationship with the Kolites is complicated. But we aren't talking about the fate of Shuggerlain. This also has to do with you. With all due respect, you know this is more important. If you're a priestess of Gaia, you should feel it. I do, Nulkan. I felt her since the moment she broke her shell. Are you talking about our daughter? Who... Let's see. I felt each of her steps ever since she set foot in the forest. I know Eisen is with you, and I know what that means. Okay, she means that. The priestess of Gaia have an internal duty to her that we cannot forget. But on the other hand, we have a great responsibility to our people. That is why you need to persuade Zofertu. It won't be easy, but I will be there to help you. Follow me. I will take you to him. Yep, very regal, deer-looking. Greetings, Leader Zoferu. Humans from the outside of the Force wish to speak with you. I implore you to pay attention to what they have to say. Humans. Excellent. Why won't you bring in some Saiquans as well? Perhaps the Ginvirans want something from us too? Why can't you foreigners simply leave the Force in peace? Oh, I was like, I read the first part wrong. Because this human is here to save the continent, or die trying. And that includes your beloved forest, Leader Zoferu, too. Who is this man, and what is he babbling about? His name is Nulkan. He's the commander of an army that has been hunkered down some miles from here, and he speaks of the assassination of the human leader of the outside, and the return of Ovanthan the Destroyer. Are you expecting me to believe all this nonsense without any proof? I mean, we do have a daughter. Why would I bother to come here otherwise? His words explain the rise of Kolite immigration to the Klou territory. Wait. Anyways, Kolite territory, as well as the return of Eisen Zofertu. So wait. Immigration of Kolites to the Klou territory? Never mind. I see. What exactly do you want, human? An ally. A union with your people that would aid us in stopping the executors of Irax, and save Shuggerlain from Orvanthan before it's too late. I don't know you, so you cannot expect me to place my trust in you. And even if I wanted to, I'm afraid I still couldn't, human. Why not? Eisen is with us, and your people have a duty to Gaia. That means you also have a duty to your daughter. Are you going to just ignore that? Wait. Oh, so she's the daughter of him, I guess? I don't think we got that. What you're asking is too risky, for me and my people. If I did as you asked, I would have to leave Dir with a portion of our military strength. It would be a perfect moment for those damn Kolites to attack us, as they have in the past. I would be all but giving them the opportunity to finish what they started centuries ago, expelling us from our homeland. If you truly seek an ally, destroy those Kolites, and you'll have a powerful ally till the end of time. You appear to have a powerful army of your own. These shouldn't be a problem for you. My only enemy is Arax. I didn't come here to kill innocents. innocence? If you knew the story of Dir, or Klou, as you people of the outside like to call these lands, well, you would not have used that word, Astron. Anyway, I'm afraid this conversation is pointless. No troops will live Dir, while we have an enemy within our borders. They'll seize the moment to attack us, and I'd prefer being annihilated by a Vanthan than being slain by one of those damn hybrids in my own home. Perhaps you think I'm a stubborn leader, but I have to protect my people, and our most immediate enemy right here at home. Nulkan, I know these kinds of people. You need to offer him something he wants. Yes, you're probably right, but what? Wait. Leader Zovertu, what if I told you, if you ally with us, we can relocate the Koluts outside the forest, and find them another place to settle? Keep talking. Your main concern is that the enemy is the enemy at home, yes? This way, they would be removed as a threat. I don't believe they would be willing to face both our armies, so this should work. But when do you plan to initiate this relocation? I doubt it will be anytime soon, which would still leave us defenseless if the Koluts decide to try something while our forces are with you. If you become an ally, we can deploy a small detachment of our men within your city. You will have our protection during the war, and of course, after it's done as well. Wait, why would we leave a small detachment here? Couldn't they leave a small detachment here? Yeah, I don't know. Define small. Around 50 to 100 men? That's not enough. It is so fair too. It's a matter of sending a message. If they attack you, they'd be attacking us. Okay, fair point. Can they truly afford to make more enemies? I don't think so. You're a man that doesn't know when to give up. I must say, that's one thing I like about you. Very well, show me an official document which states that Astron Empire and the sovereign of Dir Soferu hereby declare Dir Kolu the land of the Dirans, and that Dir shall be restored to its original state. And the Kolites and any other foreign tribes shall relocate outside of Dir's borders. Show me that, and I'll accept your proposed alliance. The Astron Empire? That doesn't exist. It wasn't born yesterday. I know what this is about. You humans love building empires. The Astron Empire will fall, and a new one will rise. Of that, I have no doubt. So tell me, do you have a deal or not? I think we could do that, but I need to discuss this with my advisors before giving the final word. Of course, take your time. However, let me tell you this, just in case. We will not fight anywhere alongside those parasites. Do you understand? I can trust a human or a fellow Farron, but I do not trust them, especially after all they've done. In war, you cannot fight alongside people you can't trust. Am I right, Commander Nulkan? I mean, we did go into the lands of the undead, and then they slaughtered... They didn't slaughter us. They fought us, killed a bunch of our guys for funsies, and then we joined sides after doing party games? Yes, you're right. We'll speak again soon, Leader Zofertu. May the grace of Gaia be with you. After that, we returned to camp. He knew I'd tried to be an ally with both the Dirans and the Kolites. Unfortunately, he vetoed that possibility. This won't be an easy decision. We need to balance the pros and cons of our decisions. Okay, next up. What should I do now? Visit them. He said face just in case. I decided to visit the Kolites We've been looking for them for hours, but have not been able to find them. Okay, this is starting to become absurd. I don't understand. The information we have says that Klou should be in this region. And who gave you that information? Because, obviously, it's mistaken. Drine, what do you think? The air smells like magic. Oh, so like... what's the word? Not glamour, but you know what I'm meaning. Illusions. How is that possible? I have no idea. I never heard anything about mages or anything like that in Dear Klou. Mages are not the only beings that can control magic, Drine. Wait, you're right. You're absolutely right, Seraph. Itanai, do shi mane, dispel. After changing those words, the forest changes a bit. Not dramatically, but there's a noticeable change in the landscape. Thank you, Seraph. How did I not figure it out earlier? The Deerans usually have difficulties finding the Kolites, and the air smells like magic. Knowing that they're not mages, the most likely explanation is a magical artifact. The people of Klou must have a magical artifact that allows them to hide their presence from unwanted attention. Amazing, Drine. Only, I don't know if it's possible that they required something like that, or how it's possible. Commander, this way. There are buildings in the clearing. Excellent job, guys. We make our way over to where the buildings are. They're clearly shacks. People live here. Also, what are those things in the background? They kind of look like humongous bamboo trees. Only, no one is here. This is a ghost village. Where the heck are they? We had so many difficulties finding any trace of them. And now this? They aren't in their homes? We must admit it, they are smart. If they aren't where we expected to find them, it's because they know how to take care of themselves. The possession of magical artifact helps, though. That's it. Guys, just a question. What would you do if some strangers entered your territory? Question mark? Observe them and then act. Of course. Why didn't you tell us? You're observing us right now, yes? Oh, don't worry. If they wanted to attack us, they would have done so already. Are you able to see them? No, it's just something we call demonic intuition. It never fails. Man, she all of a sudden got all randy because of that. Anyways, what was that? Ground. Nulkan. It's moving. What the? An earthquake? Now? No, this is not an earthquake. This is a stampede. Seraph, I think they'd changed their minds. Weapons ready. We'll face whatever comes out of the forest. It is kind of fun. Like, this game is well made, but it is kind of funny how they just kind of slide in. Suddenly, dozens of enormous animals burst from the underbrush, charging directly towards us. What the hell? They're huge. But then, the beasts stopped dead in their tracks, and now we can clearly see why. Above them, riding them, there are people. We found them. These are the people of Klou. One of them stops right in front of me. You, Astrons and company, you certainly seem lost. You're very far away from home. And this part of the forest can be dangerous for those foolish enough to enter. Go back the way you came. There won't be any more warnings. Wait, you are the leader, right? The leader of the Kolites of Dear Klou, am I wrong? Who's asking? We are not hostile. We are not your enemy. My name is Nulkan. I'm the leader of this army. I know how it looks, but we are not here to fight. We just want to speak with you. Also, do we have an army with us, or just kind of a small detachment of scouts and stuff? And, bodyguards. We don't talk with strangers, and you are in our home. I won't tell you again. Leave now. Damn, they are very untrusting people. If nothing comes to my mind soon, this could end badly. I notice they're getting tense, same as with our soldiers. Those creatures are intimidating. Alright, we'll leave, but we'd like to talk to you. So, if you decide to give us a chance, we'd be glad to have a friendly conversation. Let me remind you, we are not your enemies. I'll be the one to decide that. Men, let's fall back. We are not welcome here. I give the signal to retreat, and the troops start falling back into an orderly fashion. I look again at the Colite that appeared to be their leader. She's staring intensely at something close to me, with a surprised expression on her face. You, Astron, answer me. Why is there a Colite with you? A Colite, she says? I follow the direction of her eyes, are looking in. She's looking at Eisen. I'm not a Colite, my lady. You are lying. Those scales, and those horns on your head. But you also look human. You're mixed. You are a Colite. So is a Colite like just kind of a mixture? Like, is it, a Farron mixed with a human, or is it just kind of like an unrelated hybrid in a way, She's not a Colite. Her name is Eisen. What? The Colite looks again at Eisen with wide eyes, trying to process the information. Judging by your reaction, I'd say you know exactly who she is. Eisen then advances on the leader of the Colites and her mount. The beast doesn't even flinch at her approach. Eisen touches the head of her mount and begins petting it. The creature emits something like a purr. I see. My lady, your friend has shared with me what you have suffered. I understand your pain and your situation, but you should hear what Nulkan has to say. He is a good man. The leader looks at her companions. They are all shocked and indecisive, but Eisen's words clearly have meaning to them. Astron, order your troops to retreat from the village. Damn, we were so close. But you two can stay. We'll have that conversation. My eyes widen in shock and relief. Then I nod to the last stragglers in the village. These guys retreat from the village. After that, the Colite's leader approaches us. Well, speak then. When did you, dear Klou, what brings you to dear Klou, foreigners? First things first, who do you have the pleasure to speak with? The leader of the Colites? Taigen. My name is Taigen. A pleasure, Taigen. Well, perhaps it's best to get straight to the point. The human emperor from outside the forest, Drascys, has been assassinated. By his own executors, in fact. And if you know about Eisen, then I'm sure you're aware of Avanthan. The action executors are trying to awaken him. Taigen, we've been lucky, or well, perhaps lucky is not the right word. All things considered, but Eisen is with us. We found her before they did, and that gave us a chance to stop them before it's too late. The fate of Shuggerlain is now in our hands. We have to do something to save her, and it has to be now. And, as you have already guessed, we are here because we need allies. As many as we can gather. We are facing the greatest power in all of Shuggerlain, the Axran Empire. After that, Taigen appears to be processing what we've said. Taigen? Look, you. Nulkan. My name is Nulkan. Ah, right. Nulkan. I already heard about the assassination of Drascys. Every week, dozens of Coalites in the forest arrive in the forest trying to escape persecution. Many of them felt a bit safer since Drascys became emperor, but now that he's dead, the Coalites from outside the forest are scared. That's why recently, more of them are looking for us, looking for the protection we can provide them. I believe you. What you've said explains what I already knew. However, I'm sure you already know that the situation in Dirkolu is tense. The Darrens don't tolerate us, but they never attacked us outright during the last few decades. They're afraid of reprisals from Drascys. From the Drykans? Sorry, I'm reading decently today, but still, it's always like that. They're afraid of the reprisals Drykans would take against any who would start a war within Shuggerlain. Since Coalites don't feel safe in other countries, and want to be with other Coalites, they come here. And let's say that's not very appreciated by the Drykans. Or Deerkins. The war between us is not about center oneself. I'm able to read better than a 3rd grade level. It do be like that. A war between us is about to begin again. We must be ready when the time comes. And believe me when I say, we are ready. That's why you should consider our proposal, Tigan. If you become our ally, you'd have our protection. Impossible. The Deerkins would start an attack against our homes the moment our best fighters leave the forest. Not all of us are riders, Nulkan. There are also kids and old people. We can't just leave them to the fate and count on the luck to save them. The only way is to finish with those damn Deerkins once and for all. With them out of the way, we wouldn't have anything to be afraid of, and we could finally live here in peace. But no, I didn't come here to Dirkolu to fight against any of you. My only enemy is the Araxan Empire. Why don't you just agree to a truce, at least for now, for the greater good of Shuggerlain? That's not possible. For generations, our hands have been stained in Deeran blood, and their hands with our blood. It's hard to pretend that it never happened. None of us would ever fight a war alongside the killers and assassins of so many of our people. Sadly, it's as simple as that, Commander Nulkan. If you're not fine with that, then I'm afraid we both are wasting our time. Damn, I need to come up with something. How many of you live in these lands, Tigan? Or Tigan? About 600. If only you count the riders. About 1,000 in total. What if I told you that all of you can come with us? Fight this war with us. Don't worry about your lands. Once the war ends, you have a word that will ensure that this part of the forest will be recognized as part of the land of the Coalites. Deerans wouldn't dare to attack from then on, hopefully, as they would be attacking the protectorate of the Empire. Finally, your people will be safe. Neither will they be persecuted by anyone anymore. It is perhaps the best chance we have to finally improve our lives and finish this situation once and for all. But you're also asking us to leave our homes to the Deerans? My ancestors would turn in their graves if I accepted that. Your ancestors didn't have the opportunity to change things like you have now, Tigan. Very well, let's do this. If you give me your word on this tonight, I will talk with my people, and I'll do all the hard work to convince them. If you don't back down, tomorrow we'll have a blood pact. Blood pact? We'll cut the palm of our hands, and after that, we'll shake hands. Is that really necessary? Fine, I suppose. I can do that. If somebody breaks a blood pact, not only will that individual, but also their entire nation and peoples will be condemned in the eyes of the gods. I believe in Eisen, but I also don't trust you completely. You are hiding something, and perhaps I don't have enough time to figure out what it is, but this way I can make sure you don't try anything weird. I already told you I would not do it, but I haven't made my decision yet. I have to think about it and talk with my people. Good. But Commander, all this work will be in vain if you find out the Dirans are with you. The Blood Pact is also a measure to avoid situations like this. We prefer to be destroyed by Avanthan, then fight alongside them. I don't think we'll ever be able to forgive them. I see. I'll keep it in mind. Our conversation ends here. I'll have to process all this, and I'm not sure. Some of my people won't like my decision, but that's not a problem. I'll do my best for the Coalites. The rest doesn't matter. I'm sure you'll also have to process all this. When you make your decision, you already know where to find us. Fluffy tail. And I think I've read somewhere that it's like, hey, you can only pick one side or the other. Or maybe neither. Go to the city. Grinding encampments, Norwich. Well, we are over time, and I'm a big old sleepy boy. So I guess we go to Betty Buys. Sleepy time? Get some decent rest. Unlike me sometimes, who doesn't get decent rest. And hey, we have an entire Let's Play where I don't have to censor a thing. I was about to right-click to save. I was like, got myself. So, end of this Let's Play. When we don't have to censor anything. So, please comment, guys. Like, comment, say what you like, dislike, tips, tricks. Otherwise, if you like my YouTube and like see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos that it grow. And please remember to spay near your ammo, step control the pet population so it doesn't grow. And if you want to play this game, it's available for it is available for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the news version earlier, you can go to Patreon, and I'm going to it right now to verify whether or not it is $2. I think it might be. Yeah, $2 a month for the earliest version. Is it? Access development. Wait, is it? Did they change it? I mean, they might have changed it. I mean, lots of people have been changing things, but it looks like it might be $5 a month for early access to the updates. I'll need to verify that. My bad. We've been actually submitting these videos now, and last time I did this, the last video I did was when Dragor died. Yeah, episode 4. But yeah, I'm gonna have to verify that. Anyways, until next time, let's play me, GamerWolfSix of Shuggerlain, beyond time. So thanks and see ya.